Hey guys, this is Nathan from Bagelpop, and I just want to give you fair warning. We're going to spoil pretty much everything. So yeah, you've been warned. Alright, so we're back on here for episode 8 of Terra Formars. Terra Formars. And fuck! I did not see this episode coming.
It went from gory battle and death to fucking soap opera.
Me and Tommy read the manga.
It was an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, we were like Tommy, you and me were like, oh, this is the ass kicking episode, another ass kicking episode, and then, fuck, that was rough. That might have been the most rough episode so far.
Emotionally, maybe, yeah.
Jesus Christ. So I mean, it starts off typical enough. Like they get the call. Fucking Isabella's just wrecking house outside.
She didn't die. I'm amazed. Not yet, at least.
Austin was just screaming out the whole like, "Oh, she's gonna die. Oh, now she's gonna die. Oh, now she's gonna die." And she never died. She was fine. And Alex, you can't confirm that. You watched the episode. You're like, I totally predicted this because I saw it. You don't get to play both sides of this, but apparently you have. And yeah, and then they essentially they get shot down because apparently Team 4 has been horribly killed, to the best of our knowledge, and the bugs know how to drive that bug car plane thing, and they now have a hold of rocket launchers, and then they shoot up Adolf's ship, which is full of the mostly support. So I think it's only Isabella and Adolf that have attack-based powers on that craft, and they're surrounded by fucking, I don't know, 300. Yeah, 300 of them, and then Adolf starts wrecking house, and then the episode took a hard turn left.
Yeah.
As we go in and we see Adolf's past, and
So
that shit got rough. Yeah. So essentially, we learn as a kid. What was the thing as a kid? Like, he volunteers, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Like, because like the other kids couldn't take it or whatever, and he like
kind of like an orphanage that the NASA owns, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were just doing experiments left and right on them.
And basically he steps up and he's a very pretty young kid. He was so pretty that we were debating at the beginning of the episode of like who it was. Was it even
I thought it was Michelle?
Yeah, I was like, it's Michelle, right? But no, in fact, it was a feminine looking young man, Adolf, who had brown eyes, but now his eyes are green.
I changed to blue when he activates too. You see that?
Oh, interesting, interesting.
The eyes color change.
Pretty cool. And then you see that he was fucking, they beta tested a lot of shit on him. His jaw's all fucked up. It looks like Raiden from Metal Gear. And his,
they implant a whole crap load of stuff in him.
Lips are exposed, and you can see like there's teeth and gums and shit. I don't even know. I don't think he can eat like soup or anything liquid. Probably not. Like, can't really eat. Probably could eat ice cream, I'm guessing. So yeah, like life is hard for him, and that kind of reveals why he has to wear that mask up on the top to kind of like shield it from him. And then some nice girl approaches him at school, and they hit it off.
I'm surprised he still goes to school.
Yeah, he tried.
It was a very surprising moment too.
I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt to be educated, you know.
Yeah, but then if you're a test subject for UNASA, I would assume UNASA would be the one educating you, not just going to like, hey, you go to that school, you take Spanish, you learn it.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, if you're working with an international crew, like Spanish could be one of the classes that he has to take, and secondly, if he's going to work with an international crew, he has to learn to work with other people. So it would make sense for him to work in an environment where he has to deal with everyday people, not just UNASA types.
That's true.
Yeah. So I can see the logic behind it, but if you want to go all manga behind it, it's like, well, you're not going to meet many bitches at UNASA, apparently.
Also true.
So basically, we throw in this girl who seems extremely kind at first, and they
False. look at the Mars team itself. You guys are like drooling over Michelle, and there's other girls. There's Sheila. There's other girls on there. So NASA does.
He
Yeah.
barely joined.
Ava Frost. Is that her? Yeah,
Ava
her name.
Frost, that's what it was. Yep. Ava Frost.
Yeah, okay. So they have hot bitches there, but for the sake of the story, we're gonna put them in a.
Oh, what if Ava is that so-called son, daughter, whatever he had? Ooh.
Does she have brown hair?
I don't fucking
Wait,
know.
what?
No, she has white hair.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Wait, son daughter for who? Whose son daughter?
Adolf's?
Adolf.
No,
Adolf.
that shit happened in a year. Like when he got the genetics test, that was like you're about to go to Mars.
Yeah.
That was like 4 months ago. Yeah, so we're skipping a little bit ahead, but essentially, they bond over an electric eel, like a little bit on the nose.
They bond. They fell in love through a meh date.
Do a mad
Which I
He should have
guess
known.
was, yeah, that was the first sign of how's the aquarium. It was meh.
It did seem pretty genuine though, which is why it's like, what the fuck happened later?
In a dark turn, they get married. We flash forward a little bit, and then a dark thing happens. We were all thinking. Austin said it while we were watching. Was like something terrible is about to happen, and we were all guessing it's like, oh, she's gonna get cancer or the virus. And Austin was saying, oh yeah, that's lazy. That's lazy.
Because the Russian daughter had it and Akari's girl had it.
Yeah, and
so it's like we have a third person with like everyone has the virus. Then I thought about it, like that actually would have been cool. That's the common thread that links everybody and how they recruited them.
Well,
they all had a loved one that.
How do you like it now, Austin? You got your fucking wish.
I'd rather she had the virus. God damn it!
If you think about it, like they already said, the success rate of the surgery is 32%, and like, why would you go into a surgery that you're going to risk your life for, not even knowing if you're going to succeed or not? That's why they said majority of the people who do the surgery are at the low end, way beyond low end. It's not convicts, but it's that people are so poor that they, they're at the point where they'll do anything for money. So,
and it's so heartbreaking because you can see that he's really awkward. He's really self-conscious. He doesn't think that anybody can love him, and this girl comes along and actually like shows him love, and they fall in love.
It's kind of like you think he was like a straight up like, I'm a badass. I don't talk to anybody.
Yeah, this is so deep. Like we just thought he was kind of a dick, and he was like the coolest guy in the room, and
we were totally calling him Dick in the first 4 episodes. We were like, oh, look at that badass.
Like, you guys are gonna fucking die, but apparently, nah, it's just fucking
just him being honest.
He was just lashing. He was just lashing out from whatchamacallit, his cheating wife.
It all makes sense. It all makes perfect sense. And I was like, oh, like once again, like you got to take a minute. It's like, was this really, it's like, is this about the mission or is this about something else? Like, are you telling us the full story? And yeah, so his wife cheats on him, and he finds out, and then in the worst admission speech of all time of guilt, she did like every single thing that she said just made it worse. How did she start it off? Like
she started off like,
I'm so sorry.
No. She started off with, I knew that it would hurt you. really bad.
And I knew I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. And she's like, oh, I knew I should have stopped. And just like, what? You did it multiple times?
Yeah, like, don't say that. No, she did it twice. She was like, I knew I should have stopped then, and I knew I should have stopped again. I was like, oh, God. You fucking
at least she's getting it all out there. She's letting it all out.
And then
I thought he was going to kill her.
Yeah. We were like, when is he going to shock this bitch? Like,
yeah, that when she hugs, like, I forgive you. It's like, I hugged her. I'm like, he's going to fucking shock the shit out of her.
It's like, nope. I forgive you.
Yeah. And then it was like, well, going to Mars, guys, later. And then just exit. But yeah, he actually like forgives her, and that's understandable because if you think about like in his position with all that fucked up face of his, like he's never had anybody else in his life, so like what is he gonna do? He's like, yeah, fuck this bitch, I'm gonna go Terra
I'm gonna go to a
fucking
bar.
Mars.
I'm gonna go to a bar with my wingman.
I'm
With
gonna
my
go to
bros.
a bar, yeah, and then show them really cool electricity bar tricks. I mean, he's this fucking awkward guy, so I don't think he's like too nice. I think he's probably like too scared that no one else will love him, and this is the only girl that's ever really been nice to him. Because think about it, no one was fucking nice to him at UNASA. They were just like, "Hey, good job, you didn't fucking die. We should work on that grounding stuff." All right, yeah, and then they just treat him like a fucking piece of shit. So this is the only person that's ever been like nice to him.
That's what's sad too, like, cause it seemed genuine, and then all of a sudden she does that. It's like, why would you do that?
This is a dark turn. Dark turn.
Yeah.
It's gotta be because of the job, you know. UNASA's
You
probably
unfaithful bitch.
keep him there like 18 hours a day, you know.
He's also
Yeah.
he's just a cold. Like, he doesn't know how to express himself very well. So he's probably super quiet at home and stuff too. But just like, that's depressing.
It don't matter, like, bitch, why did you fucking marry me then? Like, come on, like, I was like this since day uno. Like, there's no change in anything whatsoever.
Right now, like, I hated the cockroaches. I don't think I hate anybody on this television show more than I hate Adolf's wife. You're like,
It's
fuck
like,
the
bitch, how
cockroaches, come
dare
back
you.
to Earth and shock that bitch. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that was just,
Unfaithful
that
bitch.
was not on a, like a sexist level. That was just like, she's a poor person. She's a poor human piece of garbage. Like,
You
it's
realize,
like,
we don't want normal people have like, these type of issues and problems. You know, they like to take a vacation to get away from it all. His version of going on a vacation is going to Mars
And murdering everything.
and murdering cockroaches.
Which was like when the episode began and you see like 300 like cockroaches and then you're just like, oh my god, Adolf is so fucked. And then it takes that left turn and then you see that his whole entire life story is just him just getting shit on. And then finally someone gives him some love and then fucking just tears his fucking heart off and he accepts it. He forgives her, he says thank you, and then he fucking learns that his kid isn't even his kid the day right before he has to go to fucking Mars. And he has all this fucking pent-up rage. All of this fucking pent-up rage. And then I looked at the cockroaches, and I looked at Adolf, and I was like, oh, cockroaches. You do not know what is coming. You're so fucked, cockroaches. 300 will not be enough, because this man is on a fucking, like, tear right now. He does not give a shit. He has nothing to live for. He has absolutely nothing to lose. And he just wants to fucking rip and tear and burn and electrocute anything in his fucking sight.
Yep. He has
just
no fear at all.
If I had the decision of taking a nice vacation versus going to Mars to kill cockroaches, I'll definitely go to Mars and kill cockroaches after that situation.
With your ramen powers.
Murder.
Fuck yeah, man. If I was in his shoes, I would be like, I wish somebody would. Like, I would be stepping to every single cockroach on the fucking planet. Like,
Come at me, bro.
Oh my god, yeah. Just come at me, bro, 24/7. 24/7. Like, I would be excited. It's like, oh, they're on the ship already? Let's do this. Oh my god.
I don't know how effective Tommy would be with his ramen powers. I don't know.
I didn't say I want ramen powers. I said it would have been cool. I would like it. I would appreciate it.
This would be a fun question that we kind of asked each other while we were going through the first couple of episodes that we never got to ask you, Alex. What power would you have? Try not to. If you could take an animal power, like what were the couple of the animals that you think would be good? But try not to steal the ones. I mean, a lot of the good ones have already been said.
Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragon. I actually mentioned Komodo dragon. Why would you choose Komodo dragon?
Acid breath and strength.
Don't have acid breath.
No. So, like, what we said about having why some of, like, the ant is so strong is because you change the proportion of their size to human size. That's what the anime does. Saying, like, so, like, what's so strong about an ant is that it can lift 100 times its weight. So if you convert it to a human strength or a human scale, you're only that much more powerful. Like, Komodo dragon is bigger than a human, so you would be converting kind of backwards. you would be weaker.
You would be weaker, and the way that a Komodo dragon kills is its breath isn't acidic, but it's highly bacterial. So what it does is
infection.
it bites, and then that bacteria slowly infects and poisons, and then you just stalk the prey for about like a couple of days, and we'll let it and wait for the infection to set in and die. I feel like that's not like you don't have that time. Find a cockroach. It was like you're fucked in 3 days, motherfucker. I'll be back.
Well, that's what's interesting. That's what I like about this anime. It's like the obvious is not the best as we've seen.
Yeah, like a
obvious is
lion
not
or a
the
tiger, you know, like or
Like, why the fuck are you a plant? Like, what the fuck? Like,
I said,
You should have been a shroom.
My idea was I wanted to be a starfish because if you cut a starfish in half, you just like grow back. So you're just like unkillable almost.
So yeah, no offense, but great defense.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. Give me a gun. Give me the trapper gun. Just shoot people. Like, don't die. There's no offense.
Yeah, but then once your drug goes off, is just.
your head's gonna go flying before you do anything.
Yeah, your
But I
drug.
can
You
still
need the.
grow as long as your central nervous system, I think, is still there.
No, but you need the drug.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can say that about any of them.
So you get surrounded. You get surrounded by 300 bugs. Like if you had a power like anyone else, you could kill at least half of them and run away and maybe survive. You starfish power would be surrounded by 300 and stay with 300.
Not only that, you would give the cockroaches the power to regenerate themselves.
That's true. Shit. All right.
So fucked.
I gotta rethink this.
You're a good support character.
Yeah, I'd be support. I just didn't want to die.
Operation Human Shield.
But there are other beings there are other creatures in the animal kingdom as we've seen with the crab guy that can regenerate limbs that are as effective. And then there's actually I won't say anything else because it's in chapters 1 through 7. So there's a character that is starfish-esque. I will say that much. But yeah, any other
Why do you say 1 through 7? It's 1 through 6.
1 through 6. I apologize. Well, if you read 7, it's not like he's spoiling anything. Just 7's the start of the anime. So.
You know, if you read 7, you're gonna watch the bear fight again.
Bear fight. And you can analyze and try to decipher what power that he has. And so yeah, this was a dark turn. This is the darkest chapter yet. Jesus Christ. I like it. Although fucking I guess we kind of cruise over it, but yeah, so that girl, was it intimated that she said she was never going to do it again? And she kept on cheating on him? Because we don't actually know the past.
Yeah, I don't know the time skip, because if she was pregnant before that, then okay, that just sucks. But if she said she wasn't going to do it again,
I think she did it
again.
I think she did it again.
Oh my god.
She did it again and again and again.
I think she did it again because the shock of having it not your baby wouldn't make sense. Kind of. If you know what I mean? Like,
well, still, I think he kind of knew. But he was like hopeful.
I know, but then like the fact that like, okay, like, so she was already pregnant before she told him, then that's like, you know, it's not like there's no point in adding that effect, like, oh, this is not your baby kind of deal, you know? But then if she did it after she said she wouldn't do it anymore, and then he like the shock of like finding out that it's not your baby, it's even more devastating. So I think the whole point that they showed that part is that she cheated afterwards.
Yeah, and she kept on saying I would never do it again. And she did it multiple times. So yeah, it makes sense. And plus, this anime is all about like the worst case scenario. So
that's true.
The baby has the virus.
What the fuck? Did he just leave and just not talk to her again, or did like
no?
Fuck,
he called her on the phone.
He went to Mars.
Wait, no, didn't he? He called her on the phone and said, "Hey, I love you. I'm gonna go."
He didn't come home.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't go home.
No.
Yeah, good for him.
Wait, did he? Actually, I don't know.
That's what I think. It just cut off, so I don't know what happened.
He goes to Mars.
That's it.
He goes to Mars.
He goes to Mars.
He if you watch Book of Mormon, he pushes it down, or he turns it off
like a light switch.
Like a light switch.
Yeah. He just kept all of that off, and now he's just turning it on with those fucking cockroaches. But man,
they are so fucked.
Wait, so they don't even reveal this backstory in the manga at all, Tommy? Oh my god.
This is original anime stuff.
Yeah.
That's good. What the fuck is wrong with that woman?
That was
What
some
is
bad
wrong?
planning on. That was just bad strategic planning. Like you had to have known that they were going to test that kid. You know, unless he kept that a secret the whole entire time. Like,
Since I've read the manga and I like watched the first, I did notice that the anime takes a different turn of how it reveals more like personal stuff and side stories. Not really side stories, but more in depth things. Like how I said in the last episode that I didn't know what plant guy power was until way inside when you actually see him show up again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I didn't know what his power was, and it's really interesting that they tell you what his power was.
So they give more backstory in the anime,
Yeah,
which is nice. Yeah, it's giving a little bit something to the people who have already, because as we said, it's one of the most popular mangas in Japan right now. So it would make sense that they add a little bit. You know, they walk and deadify it a little bit.
yeah, because actually in the manga, they don't hold your hand even more. You don't have that commentary guy that just explains shit about like each animal and stuff like that. So this one, the anime, it's actually holding your hand pretty well.
Wait, if this was ever dubbed, would you ever want the guy from Honest Movie Trailers just be the narrator guy?
Didn't he do an Attack on Titan one? Has he done an Attack on Titan yet?
No, he hasn't.
Oh darn, that would be a good one though.
That would
be fun. We should all go message movie phone guy or whatever his name is, honest trailer guy to do Attack on Titan. I'm pretty sure he's been requested a couple times.
This cockroach is on fire.
But it didn't kill him. It did not kill him.
But like this cockroach is so fucked.
That'd be great. But yeah, like when it took the turn, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this episode.
Wait,
so far,
did you know? Wait, can I say the honest trailers? If you leave him messages and stuff like that, he'll say whatever you want him to say at the end of like every episode. So if we want him to say anything, we could.
We could, yeah, we could technically get it. But yeah, like this is definitely not the episode that I was expecting. Yeah. This definitely took a sharp left turn, and the anime is better for it. Like I really enjoyed this episode a lot. It was really fun, trashy soap opera-y, but it was fun trashy.
Yeah,
it was a huge risk. Like you think about it, it's action, half action, soap opera. Like,
but I feel like this accomplishes like something that the first couple of episodes couldn't accomplish, in that like you can kill a character, but if you kill a character without any stakes, then it's just someone dying. We're so desensitized. Yeah, we're so desensitized, especially in Japanese anime, that if someone dies, it's fine. So how do you make someone die on the inside? And essentially we saw the death. We saw the death of like Adolf in this episode. Like, Alex, no one died physically in these next 10 episodes. But we saw a man fucking die on screen in this episode. In fact,
he didn't die in this episode. He died before all this shit happened. It's just like you're just seeing why he's
the reveal.
No, but he died in this episode all over again.
Fuck. Like if he got like ripped apart or just like cut in half, I would be like, no, Adolf. That would be sad. It wouldn't be a tenth as sad as this episode. It was so much worse. It was like,
wait, it's like how you said it was an off button, so like it turned on. He's dead now, like all over again.
Yeah, he's dead on the that dude is so dead on the inside. I don't know how this guy ever recovers. Like the only way he recovers is like he fucking like makes it off this planet.
You blow that bitch up.
And makes $1 million fucking dollars, and then comes back to Earth and just like bangs a whole bunch of bitches and becomes like a porno star or something as revenge or some shit. Like,
you tell her to touch the Monkeybars on one end, and then you go to the other end and you shock her.
That's a really long way to shock another person. Like, hey, you want to go to the playground? Okay. You want to play on the Monkeybars? Okay. You want to stand on the other side of the Monkeybars? Okay. Bitch, I got you.
It was the first thing I could think of. That was something metal that you owned.
She could have just gone to the bathtub and stuck
Yeah, I was thinking
Just give
bathtub.
her a handshake.
or touch her.
Monkeybars it is.
This bitch doesn't even deserve water. She deserves monkey bar. Look for her in the OVA. Look for her in the OVA's content. If he ever makes it back to Earth, you can see the monkey bar chapter.
Oh man.
Oh dear God. But yeah, that was so excruciating. That might have been like worse than any way they could have killed Adolf right there. So, woo,
Yep.
woo, God, that was rough. Anybody else want to make any predictions about how people are broken?
I know
Emotionally
who are
broken.
broken.
Let's see. Like, Isabella was a.
Wait, can I say now, like, how we made the inception earlier of how Austin's like, oh, like, more people should be affected by the virus?
Mhm.
Later in the manga, you do see a lot more, like,
Opera.
like, yeah, opera. And, yeah, you see a lot of background story and stuff like that that affect a lot of people, so.
So a lot of people have kind of diversified backgrounds for being there, but it's not all like, oh, so-and-so that I like has a virus.
Yeah.
Although, if you think about it, it's like it's kind of an interesting common thread that links everyone on this team, on this mission. So it wouldn't be that bad actually, with further thought I put into it.
Well, it's the main reason why they're there. That
Yeah, it is the
mission.
mission. So you
Is- yeah.
instantly they instantly have the motivation, like they have a reason for being there.
Yeah.
Like,
Usually, if they had the virus.
you guys don't remember, but remember Marcos and Alex is there because Sheila told them to get their lives together.
Oh, and now she
Do you remember that? Like, she wanted to go to Mars, and she left their childhood, and remember how they were just always caught up in crimes and stuff like that, and she wanted them to
Street
stop all
thugs,
that
yeah.
shit. So yeah, so the whole reason why they went to UNASA is because they wanted to make money so that they can get their lives together again.
Yeah.
You just never took too much out of it. But that was their background story.
Yep.
Also, when I watched Interstellar this past weekend, when I saw that they were getting gravity from centripetal force, I thought of Terra Formars. I learned that from the show in Austin.
Centrifugal.
Yeah, centripetal.
The close-
Whatever.
close Stalactite, stalagmite.
Yeah, it's all good. So yeah, that was a fucking heart-wrenching episode, and the ending was so peculiar because it was just like, "Come, I'm gonna kill all of you. I'm gonna kill all of you. I'm gonna kill all of you." Piano, and then dark credits, and then the fucking like credits just scroll down. I was just like, ah, and then we were all just yelling at our screen like, "I want more. What happened? Is it his?"
But yeah, I want
going
more
on?
clothes. Like, did he just leave his wife? What
Yeah,
happened?
like she dead. Like what fuck happened?
No.
Like he could have come back and killed her, and I wouldn't have been sad. Just don't kill the kid,
We
but
all
kill her.
know what's going on right now. She's like recovering on Earth, and then she's gonna go and bang that guy again. He's on Mars. It's not like he's gonna walk in on them. Like, she has all the time in the world right now. Like,
She's an idiot. She should have waited until he left. God.
But that was just
Seriously.
bad planning on her part because, like, you know that kid's gonna get tested. Like, the fuck, like, and you know this guy has the capability of like murdering people. Like, this is just poor.
Or
poor-
does she?
And
She
then
just
she
fucking-
knows the survival rate of going to Mars 2 out of 15.
Oh, that's true.
2 out of
That's true,
15.
though.
She just got a head start.
That's true, though.
Since you're gonna die anyways,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep with this other man.
Yeah. Diversify. Diversify her options, I guess.
It's husband insurance.
That's been insurance.
Kid insurance now. Fuck.
She was like, I can't wait 4 months after you're gone to start, because then I would be behind.
I really don't want Adolf to die now.
Mm,
He's
well, I
going.
mean,
He's probably
that's-
going
I
to in a
mean,
really cool way, in a really meaningful way. But it's like no.
He's already.
They have to survive for 40 days, Austin.
No, they don't. Not all
Yeah.
of them have to survive for 40 days.
Yeah, but then if you only have like 1 or 2 persons left at the end, it's like, come on, what kind of manga story is that?
Well, I feel like because
Technically, Bug 2 came back with 2 people, so
yeah, and if you think about it, like I feel like people are gonna be smart enough that like, oh, these characters are established and then none of them die, then it's gonna be it becomes like any other, like manga. I think that the real strength of it was kind of that early shock factor, and I know that you can't just kill off every single character ever, but I feel like it's 40 days until the rescue team comes.
The rescue team crashes and it's like, hey guys.
Well, the way that I see it is that like when
at least we bought more syringes.
When rescue team comes, I think that's when you see a lot of maybe big dominoes fall. Like some of the bigger characters might die off because that lets you introduce new characters. Is when you bring in the second one.
And Akira just like, not again! Why can't we just send a regular ship?
Putting cockroaches on these spaceships! What the fuck, guys? Yeah.
You had one job. One job,
guys.
Can you imagine if the cockroaches figure out space travel?
It can happen.
It'd be Starship Troopers. It'll be Starship Troopers. Oh no, it would be Starship Troopers.
It is. They can move.
Yeah,
Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
Well, we already saw that they can break down a gun and use rocket launchers.
And they drove a car and they drove the plane.
Drive cars.
So it's not beyond.
Yeah, all you have to do is change from drive to fly, and you're set.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of that shit's autopilot anyway too. So, like, it's not beyond. I have a theory though that the virus. I don't think that the virus came from the bugs. I think the virus came from the moss. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
I think they did say that.
Oh, did they? Then I was right. Look at me, guys.
So the cockroaches have immunity. That's why they want.
Yeah, and that's why they wanted to study the cockroaches.
Oh, okay. Because we were like, no.
Where were you this last 8 episodes?
No, do you remember? Because they were like, oh, you brought it back, or we were surmising that like Shinji brought it back or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. This is spoilery for the first 7 chapters.
Well, the thing is, they brought back the virus with them. Yeah. But then you think about it, they didn't tell about how it originated, but it's just more the cockroaches are living on this planet without virus free. So like the virus is not affecting them; it's only killing humans. So they want to study the cockroaches to build an immunity.
Mm-hmm.
Build the vaccine.
I can say that that's not overlooking. Like they don't overlook that later either. Like I think one thing really good about Terra Formars is that how after every episode we question a bunch of things, but slowly they just review all the questions that we questioned. So
yeah, they address them all.
They address them all.
Actually.
Any predictions going forward, guys?
Isabella, we hardly knew ye.
I actually want to know what Isabella's power is. I don't know.
I do too.
Looking for what that is. I don't know what that is.
They're not gonna kill us. They're not gonna kill her.
I don't know.
She's like a bug, right?
See, I'm taking the safe route of everyone's gonna die, and if they don't, I'm pleasantly surprised. That's my safety route.
They're not gonna kill this team. Because it's what am I trying to say?
I feel like manga formula wise, it doesn't make sense that they kill off these characters.
Especially because it doesn't make sense, because that means only Adolf is the only battle ready of the whole group.
It's only him and Isabella.
Yeah, so it's only him and Isabella because if one of that dominoes falls, and everyone else in that group dies, essentially.
Exactly.
That's what you're saying. But what Austin is saying is he's emotionally attached to these characters, and he's trying to disconnect emotionally from these characters.
Yep.
So he's just in his heart, he still hopes that they live, but mentally he's preparing himself for if they die that he can deal emotionally within himself. Essentially.
Yep. And if they don't die, then it's like great.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's just trying to cover all his feels.
Just think about it. Who was the last character to die in the show?
Chinaman.
Shella. Oh yeah, Chinaman.
Chinaman.
You didn't see the Chinaman die though. You just
He's
see
dead.
You don't see it.
All of Team China is dead.
You
asked who was the last one to die. Are you meaning who's the last one to die on screen?
Exactly.
Okay, then that was Shella.
Chinaman.
That was
Sheila.
Shella.
No.
Shelia.
Sheila.
Sheila. Oh my god, you screw
Sheila.
up this name every fucking time.
Every
What
single
is-
time.
Have you ever met someone named Shelia or met someone named Sheila?
Who the fuck
Anime.
is Shelia?
There are like people named weirder shit in anime. All right.
So is Shia Bluff? Shia?
Shia
No.
LaBeouf.
I don't think anyone's gonna get mad at me for messing up his name.
Yeah.
So Sheila's the last one to die, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
on screen.
Okay. So that was what, 4 episodes ago?
Well, technically, Adolf died in this episode.
No.
That was a
He
character-
wishes he.
That was a
He
character
wishes he was
assassination.
dead.
A vivid character assassination. Honestly, if I had to choose between being Shella and Adolf, I might choose Shella.
Sheila.
Sheila!
Shella.
I'm
It's like
call her-
Stella and Sheila make
I'm
Shella.
just gonna call her Shella from now on.
If you die like Sheila, I'm seeing shot through the heart at your funeral.
Shot through my heart.
Shot through the heart in flames.
Adolf was shot through the heart too.
Ooh,
And she is to blame.
And she
She is
is
to
to blame. Oh shit.
She does give love a bad name.
Damn. Bro, I think you gotta put that, like, you should recut this episode of Terra Formars.
You're doing it.
And then at the very end when he's like, kill him, I don't even care anymore. And then when it cuts
Yeah,
to
they'll
black,
play this.
and then you just play that song.
Shot through the heart.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
Bon Jovi at the end of a Terra Formars episode. I'll
Oh
love
my
it.
god, that was so
I would love it
perfect.
forever.
That was so
And
perfect.
and then end with a picture of a cockroach as like bros before hoes.
Oh man. Oh man, poor guy. Poor guy. But yeah, any other predictions, guys, before we wrap it up?
I do want to see what happens. It's not a prediction. It's kind of a request. It's like I want to see what happened to China team. Like they're all dead, but how?
Oh, they're going to, because that's what they did with the cut in with the episode before. Like they show Adolf like with a bunch of corpses around him, and then they cut to the episode about that. So most likely,
so it's a safe prediction, but that's yeah.
I really like this episode a lot because it, as Alex predicted, it could have very easily gone into, oh, this is another Asking episode where they explain this guy's power, and he just fucking wrecks faces for the whole entire episode, and then we jump to like another team that's doing it. It can get old really fast, and this was a nice little curveball.
oh god. Wait, but and the next episode is gonna be an ass kicking episode, I think, too, because what was the episode? What's the title of the next one? It's like a tear in the thunderstorm or something.
Oh wait, I thought that was really poetic. It's like a single raindrop in a thunderstorm, which is like which is just like it symbolizes his tear. His one tear.
It's like the crying Indian is just like
Yeah, the crying Native American. That's how I imagined it. Was just like, this is the final tear. I have to cry for that bitch. And then he just goes apeshit. Wait, what was the really bad pun that I said? During the episode.
Will sparks fly between them? fucking hell, really?
Right before, like, they were gonna kiss, I was like, you should kiss him and see if sparks fly.
Like, I cannot believe you went there. God damn it.
You should have.
I believe my response to that was lame.
Oh, and on that note, I think I'm gonna conclude this episode of Bagelpop Reviews Terra Formars. Later, Shella.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. You give a bad. Oh, come on, guys.